It is showtime. What's going on? Welcome, each and every one of you to another outstanding broadcast. Hey guys, welcome to Uncommon Mondays, Uncommon Men. Here we are again, another Monday night. Guys, this is episode 20. To say we are fired up and excited is an understatement. For all the men around the world, all the young men around the world, guys, we're focused on you, man, from 16 and above, guys. We hope we can bring you inspiration, hey, motivation, whatever you want to call it, man. Something to help you weather the storm, something to help fortify your will, something to let you know that you're not alone in this journey of success, which is not a destination, right? This journey that's full of ups and downs, man. Les Brown said, if you can look up, you can get up. And so our goal every Monday night is to have a dialogue. And if you stay connected to us, you'll be able to put together your own manuscript of principles of what winners do, what uncommon men do to make a difference. You know, what is successful in your terms? Let's drip some seeds of possibilities. Let's plant some seeds and hopefully you can pick up what we're putting down, guys. All over the world, people are talking about the uncommon movement, this phenomenon, and I'm just proud to be a part of it, guys. And listen, if you're watching this broadcast on our YouTube channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the content, share the content, be a part of the community. And if you're checking us out from any of our social media handles, do the same thing, man. Like and share. I'll tell you, information is power. Shared information and applied information is like transformative. So guys, hey, this is Coach Clavon. It's an honor to get the show started. And what I like to do, what I love to do is introduce my partner in crime, or let's call it my partner in liberation. Gentlemen, I have a tremendous amount of respect for. You guys hear him drop jewels every week, but he's a legend in his own right. You know, Dan doesn't like the big hoopla. But I mean, I like doing business with powerful men with integrity that have built mountains of wealth by serving people all over the world. So got a lot of respect for you, Dan. Happy that you're here with me this week. We're on episode 20, partner. How you feeling? What's the word of the day, man? Let's drop some nuggets on the people.
Man, I feel incredible, Clavon. So many good things happening. And again, 20 weeks, we're basically 4 months into this thing and just getting started. Another great guest this week. And again, man, I'm just excited about the mission, excited about what we're doing, helping people, figure out what they're capable of. And I think that's the big thing. I think so many times we don't really believe in ourselves that much. We hope that, something will happen and we think that, maybe we can be successful, but a lot of times we just don't really believe it. And again, that's kind of the first part. We've talked about this many times about the 3 points of success. Starts with making a decision. So you have to have, some opportunity that comes your way, make a decision, believe in yourself. And then it all comes down to a plan of action. And what we found is the best way is to work with people that have already had the success in the area that you're looking for. That's the whole mentorship, or you can focus on it and just through your own personal development, your own journeys, you can figure things out on your own, trial and error, and finding out what other people have done. But really, the best way, the best chance of success is working with a team that have a system that can help you every step along the way. And the reason that we're focusing on these uncommon Mondays and uncommon men is one of the most popular or successful traits that I've seen is just the simple fact that success leaves clues. And if you can find out what all these other people have done to become successful, then you can start to incorporate those same things in your own life and you're going to have similar results. And that's the thing that I know is a fact. And I think that, a lot of times other people just need to have that basic understanding that, there is a formula for success. And our goal is to interview enough people that they can actually see the exact formula that we're talking about with person after person after person. And it's really the same. We've talked about this before, Clavon. If we were switching this whole thing around and we wanted to interview unsuccessful people, we'd see that they're doing the same things also. They're all making the same mistakes and you know, focusing on the wrong things and stuff like that. And we could identify exactly what all of these people are doing, what they all have in common that's keeping them from being successful. But that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. That doesn't sound like a lot of motivation. So we're doing it the other way. Right. We're interviewing people that are successful, and we're showing you exactly how they were successful, why they're successful. And I can absolutely guarantee you that every single person watching these episodes, if you start to implement these same things into your life, you too can have that same type of success, or maybe even a lot more. And I still believe, you know, Clavon, I've said this many times.
Yeah.
I believe that if anybody, doesn't matter who they are, would have taken the exact same path that I have, I think that they would have had at least as much success as I have.
Yeah.
And in many cases, maybe a lot more success. And that's really what this podcast is all about. It's just for one reason and one reason only. We want to help as many males 16 and above be as successful as they possibly can. And I see every week we also have women joining the podcast, and same thing that's going to work for the males is also going to work for the women. So at the end of the day, we want to help as many people as we possibly can understand who they are, understand what they're capable of, and then help give them an exact roadmap, an exact recipe so that they can believe that, man, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. I think if I actually follow what these guys are saying, actually do what this system is saying, I think I can be successful. And that's really the goal, is to give people an exact roadmap, to give people hope, to give people vision, to give people support, and just, you know, create a lot of great human beings. I was talking about Uncommon in particular the other day, and I said, you know, our goal is to get these young men, create you know, better boyfriends, and then in the future create better husbands and better people, and, you know, better sons and better brothers and better uncles, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And that's really what we're going to do, and we've already started and already doing it, and we're really just getting the ball rolling. So Clavon, without going into much more, unless you have a specific question for me, let's go ahead and bring on our guest and get this started.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, I'm inspired, brother. And we're going to bring Carlos up. But any person watching this broadcast, man, if you think the men in your community don't need mentorship, you're sadly mistaken. If you think the men in your community and the young men, the adolescent men, the men don't need an opportunity, a platform to showcase their success, you're sadly mistaken. What we're doing is pivotal. It's so powerful, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. And, you know, we have Carlos with us tonight. Carlos Cáceres.
Cáceres. You're good, man.
I love it. Listen, Carlos, we got you on here tonight because you exemplify what it is to be an uncommon man, what it is to be, you know, successful. And I know there's a lot we can learn from your story, your ups and downs, your experiences. We want to welcome you here tonight to Uncommon Men. And, you know, Carlos, I'm just going to get the show started by just asking you, man, as freely as you'd like to. Let's go back. You know, who is Carlos? Let us know a little bit about, you know, how you came up. You know, where were you born and raised? How was your household, parents, siblings? You know, just coming up as an adolescent, whether it's sports, you know, high school, going into college, you know, and wherever you want to take it. Just that first step that defines you, leading you up into maybe your entrepreneurial experiences. Let's share with the world who you are. Welcome, Carlos.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, Dan, how you doing today, too? I think I see you a couple of weeks ago with my son. Well, my name is Carlos. I'm coming from, I live here in Utah. I'm from Peru. I came to Utah in 2006. But it's crazy how everything changed in just 1 year. I'm a guy from a small town. I come from Peru, but it's not the big city. It was a small city, and most people in Peru in little cities are entrepreneurs. I mean, many of them. I was lucky that I was born in that place. My mom started with a normal job, and after, like, I remember when I was 6 year old, she started getting her own business, which was a restaurant. And I'm happy because I had the opportunity to help her, and she showed me, how important it is and take care of something that you build. That little lesson changed my life. I, of course, I was going to school. I was playing basketball in the team. I was a captain. I was doing a lot of sports, and then I was running 100 meters and on tracks. I was one of it. I was the fastest Peruvian in 2001.
Hmm.
So I was a Peruvian champion on that era. Of course, time change. They offer me. They say, Carlos, you know what? You're gonna be like you're going to the army because you're fast and we need people like you there. And we're not pay you for everything. It is very different in Peru. I mean, in Peru, you need to pay for everything.
Hmm.
Nothing is free. Because I was one of the champion, they told me they're gonna give me a little chance to go there for free. But in Peru, things change really quick. If everything just stopped by, and then I couldn't do it, I couldn't make it. So I finished high school in the small town, and I decided to go to the big town. Dude, I went to Lima when I was 17 years old. I start working. I start paying all my stuff. I think that gave me the strength to do what I was doing and to make the decisions. Because I mean, you guys know that it's hard to make a decision sometimes.
Yes.
And it happened to me. It happened to many of my friends. Because when you're in a small town, you want to go somewhere else to grow. Of course, I moved back to Lima alone. 70-year-old, I was alone, and then I start paying all my stuff. I went to college to get some degree on trying to get computer engineer. But of course, I didn't have much money, so I had to stop. You know what? 6 months, and I stopped doing what I was doing,
Hmm.
and I start learning art in the art school. So yeah, so I was doing art, many things. As you can see, I like music, so I play with my band here on Thursdays night. We're practicing. Maybe we're gonna be in concert soon. But this is something that I really like. I like to make decisions, really, just to make sure that my family sees that there's more stuff around,
Hmm.
and we can make, and my son can see that whatever we think we can do, we really can do it.
Hmm.
And at the time, I was there working in computer things with the government. 2006, my mom said, Carlos, you know what? Guess what? What? We're going to US. Why?
Hmm.
I don't want to move. I got my band. I got my band here. I got everything here. But you know what? Again, everything are decisions, and one decision can change your life forever. I probably gonna be like in Peru, just I don't know, like maybe drunk doing stuff, stupid stuff till now. Maybe I don't know what would happen if I didn't move to US.
Hmm.
I was here when I was 20, just when you are crazy, you know
Right.
that stuff. You're 20-year old, you're the owner of the world, you're the god. Well, I came here. We start from zero, right? We start from zero. I started working in a pizza place. I was working there for many years as corporate. And there's one thing, the coach Dan, that changed my life. And let me tell you this: I was in a meeting one day in that company, and they told everybody, "You're here because if you open your own company, you're gonna fail and you're gonna come back." That thing was here for
Hmm.
a couple of years. And everybody was telling me, hey, what the hell are you doing here? You got many skills. You shouldn't be here. Yeah, but I was scared. that little conversation or that little thing that they tell me start taking everything out from me. So yeah, I can do more stuff.
Hmm.
And then 2019, I decide to leave my, you know, my nine to five job. And I was scared. I took all my money from my savings to open my company. Everything. I got kids,
Hmm.
twins. I got in that time 8-year old. I got 12-year old. And you know what? I told myself I need to do it because if I stay there, I want to stay there forever, and I don't want to see myself in 20 more years working there. I can do more. Come on, I can do more. I'm young, and I got a lot of skills. So yes, I opened my company, my art company. I remember that I said, you know what? I can do things, and I opened my mural company, my art company. I start, and I was so happy when I get my first customer, dude. So I started crying. I told my wife is she was scared, dude. It was hard. I mean, she was scared. She's like, "What happened if nothing?" Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but something good needs to happen here to make everything work.
Wow.
And then the same day that I decided to do, I just, you know, I was sitting there. I just quit. So you know what? Just I want to do my everything by myself. I got my money here. I got money to survive for a few months, but in the meantime, I need to find out if this is gonna work.
Hmm.
I remember December 25th, Christmas. I was sitting there looking at my hands. Say, okay, I need to do this stuff. Because if I don't do it, I don't want to come back there. I mean, it's fine if I have a regular job. I mean, if I'm happy like that, I'm gonna be fine. But I wasn't happy.
Wow.
And then I just see my hands say, okay, I need to take action right now. I don't have to wait more time. 25th, 26th, I created my own website.
Hmm.
How I did it, I got a little knowledge and then I start building my website. I built my website. Okay, what I need next? Okay, next I need my LLC. Okay, I took my LLC. I did everything one day. The next day, say what else I need. Okay, I got a company. I got this. Now I need to wait for this stuff. But in the meantime, I want to do some branding, some marketing. 1 week after that, I got my first customer.
Nice.
How happy you feel when you build something and you, coach Dan, I mean, you treat what you do as a baby. I mean, if you have a baby,
Hmm.
it's the same way you treat whatever you did. And even if people see that you are not like going fast, it's fine. You're going to your own speed because you know that you need perfection sometimes. When you're an artist, sometimes you see like you need perfection on something. I that happened to me sometimes. I got my first customer. I start crying. Started like, this is working. My
Wow.
wife was happy. She just hugged me and said, "Yeah, this is working." And then I started doing that I'm still doing that sometimes. When people say, you know what, I mean, nobody wants to pay like few thousand, like 6, 7 thousand for a mural. But when there's opportunity, I go there because it's not about the money. It's about like putting something there. Like
Hey,
people will remember forever.
Carlos, let me ask you a quick question before I pass this over to Dan,
Yeah.
because he's going to take you down the uncommon journey. But I got to just ask you a quick question. I could imagine when you started your company, maybe your wife and the children were an inspiration to go to another level. But you also mentioned that you were a captain in high school athletics, and you were already making strong decisions. Can you just tell me what do you think gave you the character to be able to make decisions at an early age that were life shifting, and also be picked out to be a captain of the teams that you were in sports with? Like, what was it? Was it your parents? Was it something you saw? What do you experience at a youth that formed that character that would then allow you to even, I guess, have that courage to start your own company? What gave you that?
Well, first thing I think that gave me that is just I mean, it came just like that. I always like to be the best. I always like to train. Really like to teach people how to do it right. And when I see that what I was doing was working, that gave me the confidence that I can make any decisions if I follow the right path.
Hmm.
So if they give me the right directions and I apply it, the same as in common. If you follow like a guide, for sure that's gonna work. Once people were playing better, say, you know what, I think I'm right for this, and everybody is on the right position. I think I can do it. I wasn't sure if I was the right one who can do it, but coach told me, Carlos, you're ready. You're the one who needs to be here,
Hmm.
and that's because I always wanted to be the best. I always wanted my team to win. I always want to push to the limits to everybody. Training from 9 to 6 p.m. every day to be the best, because everything is decisions.
Hmm.
I just could quit the first day, second day, because it was too hard. I don't care if I can go first on that. I know all the crew are gonna go next to me,
Hmm.
and I always like them to be there, to be better than me. That's why I think that's the decision, or that's the mindset that was creating that time, even without knowing what will happen later, because life is it just change every time, change every minute, change. If I take a decision right now, I can change my life forever. And I'm not here to wait more time. I'm here just to rock.
Hmm. Wow.
So, question, Carlos, you came over to the United States when you were 20. Did you know English at the time, or did you learn it once you got here?
You know what, dude? I always like to play music, and my English was like your Spanish.
My Spanish is pretty
So,
good, Carlos.
yeah. so that's so that's something that I learned here. But again, I wanted to learn because I know people that have been here for like 20 years and they don't want to learn.
Hmm.
It's just decisions. Again, decisions to be better, and better every time. I didn't know anything. Just the words that I was singing, but other than that, nothing. I just took some classes, but everything was practice, pretty much.
So you come over when you're 20. You don't know English. How long did it take once you was here before you got your first job?
I was going to English school for 6 months. I got my first job after 3 months or 2 months because I was waiting for my green card because they were cheaping and I couldn't work. And then 3 months it came up, and then I applied for my first job. It was in a pizza place as a cashier with no English at all. They just throw me there. So you know what? If you don't know, you know what? Dude? You're gonna learn here. You just need to learn how to say pizza and Hawaiian. I think it's easy now.
And so did you worked at that same place from 2006 all the way up to 2019?
Yes, yes. I actually was. I was always winning cruises every year because my store was the best of all US. Detroit, nothing. I was the one there, like creating this kind of stuff that I'm actually trying. Because I mean, I'm happy that I was working there because I was leader also, and I learned so much. That I can apply that leadership doing uncommon. Because
Yeah.
I'm teaching my kids. Because my kid was with Dan last time. We got a meeting at Dan's place. How inspired was he with the friends? So inspired. I have a big plan. That's why I was just gonna apply little things from here, from there. I'm gonna put everything together, and let's see what happens.
So when you start your own business and doing the paintings and the murals and stuff like that in 2019, as you said, I know you still do some of that now, but also I know that you've got into different projects with NFTs and cryptocurrency and a whole bunch with selling on Amazon, creating your own products, selling other products, all kinds of businesses that's led from. What do you think has helped you go from business to business to business? Is it stuff that, like we discussed earlier, you saw other people succeeding in those areas and thought, well, man, if they can do it, then I can do it? Or what kind of got you, thinking about all of the other things? Again, I've seen some of the websites that you've built and the NFT projects and the gaming and the Amazon stores and all of the different types of things there, bringing products from the U.S. to Peru. Again, just all kinds of entrepreneurial things that you've put together. So just kind of curious of what gave you the confidence that you could go from painting to NFTs to building games to creating Amazon stores to selling other products, creating your own products, bringing products from the U.S. to Peru, just all kinds of things that aren't really related to anything to do with your education, anything to do with your work experience. And so just really trying to give the people that are listening to this a little bit of insight of, how would I start? And I'm not having you go into detail on how to start an Amazon store, but, if that was something that you're interested in, what gave you the confidence to start on Amazon? What gave you the confidence to, do NFT projects and websites and gaming and apps and all of the different things that you've done over the last, I guess this all happened in the last 5 years.
That's right.
From going from working for somebody else to starting your own businesses, and really all kinds of different businesses that everyone I've seen has been a success. And I think a lot of them are just getting started that, we'll see over the next 3, 5, 10 years. Some of these things can be absolutely massive.
First thing is I stopped being scared. I stopped being scared. I mean, the ones you quit your job, dude, you are uncommon. You're uncommon just to start something new. I mean, I was scared, and if I took that decision, a big decision of my life, I said to myself, you know what? I can do anything with technology, because and it looks like it's not related, but if you relate art with NFTs, with crypto, everything is an art. To build something is an art.
Right.
You really need some kind of you don't need. You need knowledge, but you can get the knowledge just studying. Like one day, Dan said, just do something you really like and study for 20-40 minutes every day. You're gonna be an expert in a few months. That's what I was doing. I found the perfect partner. He's an engineer, and I really like all the creating systems. And we were just sitting there. And actually, I met him in 2020 when we started also a different MLM company with my other partner. And I knew this guy. I say, Carlos, are you into crypto? Yeah, well, I kind of know a little bit about it. So you know what? We should do something. He showed me a system that he was, it was in his mind. Like, okay, let's do it. But are you sure? No, let's do it, dude. You know what? Let's learn together. It's always fine to start something with a nice partner that is in your right mindset, the same one. Because if you start with someone that's I'm scared, you know what? I don't want to waste my time with you. Just that's why I always, when I'm with Dan, I always like happy. Like, this guy knows. This guy, every time I go, he got something new, and I like that. Because once you got, and that's that's an art. It's not easy just to get something like perfect in 1 day, 2 days. It takes time. Doing NFTs, NFTs. It's more than pictures. NFT is more than that. It's something that we could create, like to give some people extra, I don't know, like extra benefits, but people just apply it with, apply on little pictures and little things. It's more than that. Anyways, but you know what? Again, doing all the stuff and building and not sleeping because we're so excited. My time, the time I really work is 3 or 4 a.m. because all my team that is in India, they're all awake. That's my team. And then we all, creating things that we are going to launch a game in like, I think 3 or 4 weeks. And but it's so exciting. I mean, if you really live what you're doing, if you really what you're doing, it's just like, I don't care if I'm going to be awake for the whole 24 hours. It's just fun. It's just, really, man, I won't regret anything. I mean, whatever happened in the past, it's just the past. If we don't live the present and we don't show our kids that we are capable to do anything, they're going to just stay there. I mean, what I always tell my kid, well, it's not my kid anymore, it's 18-year-old. But for me, it's my kid, And I always, and he asked me, Dad, what should I do? You want money? Start your Amazon account right now and start making money. If you want to go to college, go. Go and then, but you need to get some skills. You need to get skills that the world needs right now, like AI. We learn so much with AI. The reason why I'm doing all what I'm doing is like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, because I started using AI. I started learning with AI. It's not like I'm going to copy everything. I just going to need information about it. And then the AI is there. Sometimes it's free, sometimes you need to pay, but it's there. You spend $25 in a McDonald's burger. Come on. Spend something in technology so you can learn more stuff. And that's what my kid wants to do, because he's seeing that I'm doing so many things. And he's like, Dad, how can you do so many things? Because I really like what I'm doing. I want you guys to see what I do so you can do the same thing. Or maybe not the same thing, but the passion I put in every single project that I have, I think that's something that you need to take. Because whatever you do in the future, trust me, if you don't like it, you're going to spend 3 or 4 years in one place you don't like. When you can do something by yourself, I can teach you that. I'm here to teach you because you're my kid. And then again, everything is just related. I mean, sending how in the hell do I know how to put products in another country? AI, just asking everything, all the requirements. Okay, we got it. Hey, my friend. Hey, can you do this for me? Yeah. Okay. 2 days, we have everything ready. 3 days, you have everything ready. Hey, Carlos, we got a new product. Okay, about what? Energy. ChatGPT. Okay, this is going to be the formula. I send it to the lab. Say, oh yeah, this is a great formula. Yeah, how do you get it? AI. And then and we just we can do the design in 2 or 3 days, and then everything is there. Once you stop being scared, is when you decide to do things that you don't even imagine. Wow. I didn't even imagine to start, my any e-commerce account or anything, or teaching people how to do it and getting paid for it. I mean, nothing. In 1 year, a year ago, I started my account, my Amazon account. I said, I don't like that stuff. But I came back, say, but this has a trick. If I do this way, it could be right. And then yes, I start using AI and put everything, like every single piece there, until I got it. So you know what? This is how you sell here. And that's the information is around. And I didn't invent anything. It's there for everybody just to grab it and do their own.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, Carlos. And I know that we was talking a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about an idea that you had for a product, and then you just put all the information into the AI to create the formula, send it to the lab. And it is something that I think people should just pay a little bit of attention to. One thing that's always kind of hard, especially these days, is if let's say you have a good idea for a business, and then you got to say, okay, well, what am I going to call this business? And I got to find something that I can get a domain for, all of these different types of things. And I've had an idea for about 10 years. And I met with somebody over on Friday, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on it, but I wasn't able to pull the trigger before because the particular product, I couldn't find any manufacturers that would do it for less than a 500,000 run. So meaning that the minimums that they would do is 500,000. And I've talked to all kinds of manufacturers, and then they would say, we can maybe move you over to this company, they might do a run for 50,000 or something like that, which is still a lot of product. Typically in the nutrition space, you can get a run done for 2,500, 5,000. 10,000 is typically, they'll run anything that you want if you order 10,000. And now all of a sudden looking at a product that they think that 500,000 is not even worth their time. So, but anyways, just kind of stumbled upon a manufacturer that we're working with. He showed me a whole bunch of products that they've done, and one of their main specialties is same type of product I was looking for. And he's like, yeah, we do a run for 10,000, no problem. And so then I'm like, well, man, I might actually pull this thing off. And so pull up the AI, put in some keywords, some examples of other companies that are doing what we're doing. All of a sudden it pulls off like 30 different names, read through them and say, well, this one's good, this one's good. Go to GoDaddy, throw in to see what I can get. And I'm like, oh, cool. I can get some good domains with this name. Go do some trademark searches and see, what's my opportunity to get this trademarked. And then literally now we have the whole, box design, logo design, trademark applied for. All of these things, it's just like, it can go so fast and things that a lot of times would take, months and months. Over a weekend, I have an entire brand, the box done, the packaging done, a PO into the manufacturer and all of that. It's just things can move so much faster with today's technology. And it is kind of interesting. We haven't been hearing from a lot of the other people we've had on about, AI, I'm using AI for this, and those things. And I kind of wonder, I'm like, man, why are you doing everything the hard way still? And you're one of our first guests I've known you for a little while, and I know a lot of the cool things that you've been doing with AI, and actually been working with AI quite a bit longer than I have. But even some of the videos I've seen you shoot over in the last couple days that you made, the entire videos, voiceovers, everything with AI, it really is a game changer. And now just kind of moving on to the next part of the podcast, Carlos, we really appreciate giving us all the information of your background. And I know a lot of people got a lot of nuggets already, but we really focus on 5 things. And again, our goal is just to create great human beings and duplicate that as often as we can. And I think as a human, 2 of our most valuable assets, if we're not getting into religious beliefs and spirituality and family, is our own personal health and then our time. And so the first 2 things that we focus on with Uncommon has to do with those. And the first one is health and fitness. And what's your outlook on that? Do you have any type of morning routine? I know when you were here just a couple of weeks ago or something, you had said that you had just recently lost like 10 pounds or 16 pounds or something like that. So I know it's some things that you focus on some, but are there any just kind of things that have worked for you, morning routines, anything that you focus on for health and fitness, or does that really play much of a part in your daily activities or your thoughts?
Well, and as you can see, I have 5 kids. And it is, I mean, in the morning, what I do in the beginning, drink my water, few eggs, that's it. I got some of the Elevate that I always drink in the morning after that. Same thing in the afternoon, but everything what it works is just, my wife started with me, okay? She's like, Carlos, I need to wait. Okay, so I need to lose around 20 pounds, 40 pounds. She asked me yesterday, Carlos, you want some chicken wing from Wingstop? Like, come on, you need to stop that. Stop, come on, help me. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna eat couple, but it's only couple. I mean, it's fine. The thing is that you need to again, people is scared in the change. If you want to change something, you're scared. Stop eating bread in the morning. No, I can't. Yeah, you can. You just don't want to do it. Come on. If you change the routine, just one thing by day, I'm sure everybody, again, what I did is I use the AI just to give me what's the secret just to lose some weight, and they give me the secret and everything in the morning every single day. My water in the morning before that, before the eggs, of course, 3 eggs, and then I'm I'm ready for to start working hard.
Hmm.
And then in the afternoon, same thing. I drink a lot of water, uh, proteins, some vegetables. That's it. It is hard, maybe the first or second day, but after that, it's just a routine. Again, a routine makes you what you are. I lost already 18 pounds. When I told you I was 12, now I'm 18 down. And the reason why is because I keep my wife away from me. Say, you know what? Don't show me that. And I tell her, just do it together. But sometimes, it's hard. It is really hard. But routine is the key on every single decision you take.
Love it.
Yeah, the routine and consistency,
Consistency.
and a little bit of perseverance when the temptations come. And then I like what you said also. A lot of it is just, hey, you don't have to say no to the wings or to the pizza. Just 2 or 3 wings instead of 10 or 12.
That's
One
right.
piece of pizza instead of 4. Those types of things. And I think that's a big secret to everything is just that consistency, that routine. And I know that it's something that you focus on a little bit. But I also it's interesting you bring up AI again. I mean, if somebody wants to come up with a game plan for almost anything you can think of, it'll do it for you. You can do your entire meal plan. You can say, hey, what's the best way to lose 10 pounds in a month, or 15 pounds in a month, or 5 pounds in a month, or whatever it is. Create the meal plan, create the grocery, the shopping list. It'll even tell you what grocery store has the best deals that are within 5 miles of your house, 10 miles of your house, anything like that. So there really is help in every single avenue. And one of the things that I've thought about with health and fitness, and it's something that I've, really started to focus on, just turned 50 on Thursday. And I'm like, you know what? I really need to make this next 10 years something that I really put health and fitness first. And I found that it's one of those things that we don't have a whole lot of excuses for. I mean, we're pretty much in 100% control of what we put into our mouth and how often we move and exercise and those types of things. Now, again, there's different circumstances and there's, different genetics and all of those things that do play a factor. But overall, it's mostly 100% on us. And the next thing that we focus on is the time. And in order to control your time, Carlos, we really focus on residual income. So the income that has the ability to pay you over and over and over. I know you're familiar with that. What are your thoughts on residual income? Different things that you found that can help people create residual income. Obviously, that can be investments. That can be even the different things that you're doing by creating customer bases on Amazon when they order every month. You don't have to every single day go out and get new customers, because once you get happy customers, they can order the product month after month, year after year. Those are things that create the residual income. Doing the games and the apps and all of those things also are all things that create residual income, because they order every month, every year, buy more tokens, buy more whatever. And so just kind of explain your thoughts. I know it's something that you've put yourself in a situation to take advantage of residual income, but just kind of explain to the people that may be watching this podcast either with us live tonight or a week later, a year later, 10 years later, your thoughts on residual income and why that's important, how you've been able to put yourself in a situation. Was you actually looking for things that paid residual, or it just happened to be looking to make some money and you happen to find some things that could pay residual income?
Well, I again, before I get crazy and open my own company, I didn't even think about residual income. I didn't pay attention on that. I didn't. My mind wasn't like too open to see all that stuff. But once you start doing your stuff, you need to understand that there's different ways to make money.
Mhm.
My goal since the beginning was to have at least 4 or 5 um, things that give me residual income. At least, at least 3. I mean, if you want to be good, 1, 2, or 3. For me, I mean, every person is different, but I always put like goals like super super high up, so I can do it. Like as crazy until get it. Why is that important for me? For me, it's important because one thing that I always remember, and then Dan, let me tell you this: you are one of my mentors. Even if we're not together all the time, every time I see your content, every time or since I met you, you were doing many things, and I think you are one of my mentors. Whatever I do it because you told me in a video or whatever phrase you said. I just grab that and say, you know what, this guy is amazing. And one thing that really is important is just the time. Again, I'm sorry, I put my family all the time, but today my kid was like, Dad, take me somewhere. Yeah, I take you somewhere. But I need to wait a second. I need to do a call. These is the things. Those are the things that give you the opportunity to have more time to enjoy what the most you like, to learn something new, to be with your family, to I don't know, to go to the beach with your family, whatever. And this is the reason why I like the those kind of incomes. The reason why is because when even if I'm flying, even if I'm doing something else, I got money coming from one side to the other side because I start having contacts. I start having creating my own opportunities because I don't wait for people to give opportunities. I create my own. If I know that this is gonna give me some extra income and it's gonna be residual, I just start creating it. Again, I have a great partner, and we both are crazy. If we want to do something, we just do it in one day. Say, dude, let's do this. Are you sure? I'm 100%, one. Let's do it. And then we start creating something. And then because I understand, for me, the most important asset I have is the time. For me, maybe someone's different. For me, the time. I'm 38 years old, and I want to retire when I'm in 1 or 2 years. That's my goal. How do I get there? I have no clue. But residual income is one of the things that are gonna take me there just to retire myself and my wife. Not the kids. They need to learn how to work hard. They need to learn how to work hard. Because if I give them everything, they're gonna just be lazy sometimes. Sometimes
Right.
I just wanna show them that I can do it. And if I can do it, almost 40-year-old, you can do it. You are 12 or you're 16 or 18. You got everything in your hands. It's up to them. But that's a beautiful asset. I have the time.
Explain really quick, Carlos, because I know that one of the things that you've done is seen some friends make some money doing some certain things, and then you created your own businesses and stuff like that. And that's one of the things that we really focus on is that whole thing that success leaves clues, and seeing other friends and things like that create successful Amazon stores. Was you able to take some good clues from that, shorten the learning curve a little bit? And I know that you're always learning, testing things yourself, but just to explain a little bit of how that's helped you, seeing other people have success, putting the same things that they were doing together for yourself, and did it work for you? How, just kind of what's your thought? Because I think a lot of times people think that success is more difficult than it really is. I mean, you see somebody doing something, you make the decision, you put together the same things, copy that same format, and typically you're going to have somewhat similar results. Not always going to be exactly the same. They may do a little bit better. You may do a little bit better. You might find a product that gets really hot. They find a product that gets really hot. It goes in cycles and goes. But just explain a little bit of some of the businesses, if there are any, that's kind of how it started. You saw somebody being successful. You put together, followed some of the roadmap or the game plan that they was doing, and had similar success, more success, or whatever?
Yeah, well, the first thing I was looking on the Amazon store is like I started selling on eBay in 2000, right as when I came to US on 2006. I opened my eBay store in 2007. I was buying stuff from the streets. I mean, it sounds bad. I mean, buying something in marketplace, whatever, and then bring it to my house, clean it up, and resell it because everything is selling. I mean, if you want to make money, you just need to flip it. That's it. Easy. 20 products every single day. You will have a paycheck of $4, $6, $7,000. But I didn't take it as something that I really want to do because I found my job. So you know what? This is, I don't know. I want to try this, and I stayed there for 12 years. I mean, again, time. I learned, and once I did that, I got a little experience on that. I knew how to flip it and do that stuff. But when I started doing the Amazon store 2020 something, I was looking, at my partner. He was just having success on the store. Say, okay, so how the hell you doing that? And I was checking around, seeing what he was doing, and there's always something that you learn. But I always felt that if I put my extra knowledge there, I could create something different. Because even if I copy the same thing, yes, I'm gonna have a success as the same as the store because I mean it's just flipping. If I find the right products, I'm gonna sell more. I'm gonna say the same as this guy. If I create my own product, I'm gonna sell more or the same as this guy. So the formula is there. But if you wanna go to the extra mile, you need to be you need to go to the extra mile. You need to create things, to automate things. You need to find things that some people they're not making it, but you test it, it works, put it there. People get confused on two things: what is marketing and what is just posting a video and just boost it. When you do marketing, you need to do a branding. I mean, branding is very important for a product. I mean, if you have a product that it will sell you like 20,000 a month, only one product, without branding, without anything, that means that if you do a branding, you're gonna sell 3 times or 4 times more. And that's what I learned because I was confused too. So okay, this is marketing or this is just a boosting in I don't know, like video or post. I need to start again. I start learning and learning and learning. I grab these little things from his store, little things from some courses online. Again, putting everything together, my knowledge, and do the branding. When I did that, the sales increases. So that means it's a formula that works. And this is what I'm teaching people online right now, because everybody was asking for help. Carlos, how can I open my Amazon? So now I just open my TikTok account with some tips about opening your Amazon or your e-commerce thing, doing real life videos, just filming what I'm having or filming stuff I'm doing, and people's asking for help. I've learned a lot. I got experience, and I use the technology just to create what's behind it. Once they're in, I show them. You know what? You're not gonna lose money here because I also lost money. So I'm gonna give you this information without you losing money, and they appreciate that. I mean, who doesn't want to have a mentor who's gonna give you the right information to do it right and to feel the process that is working? And I always tell them, if you make more than I do, I'm gonna be more than happy. But you know what? You need to teach me what you did so I can also learn. Because everything is about that. I mean, when I was working in the pizza place, I always wanted my leaders to be better than I do, and I promoted many people around the globe. I mean, around US, but there were better people, and sometimes that I was, better that I was doing, and I always calling them, hey, what are you doing to do this better? Oh, I was doing this stuff and this. Nice, I wanna catch that. People, when they think they know everything, that's the problem. You stop learning. And this is something that I don't like, and something that I always teach my kids. You're not God. You don't know everything. You need to open to learn. Because if you don't open your mind to learn, you're gonna be the same in the same path all the time. Grab stuff from other people, create your own stuff, and then do a test. If it works, great. If it doesn't, just don't do it anymore. You got nothing to lose.
Love it, love it, love it.
It's
That's
interesting that you said that, Carlos. We were just having a discussion this weekend about one of the most important things is to, realize that you don't know everything, because it's impossible to learn if you already think that you know everything. And so it's interesting that you, brought that up, because we had a discussion about that just this weekend. And it really brings us on to that next key component. And you've already talked a lot about this, but it's personal development. And the next couple things that we're going to talk about are the techniques and the tools that we use to help with the health and fitness, to help with controlling your time, the residual income, and things like that. So personal development, you've already talked about, mentors a little bit. You've already talked about, seeing what other people are doing and adding to it, finding out what's working and testing it. And then if it doesn't work, don't worry, just stop doing it and test something else. But are there any books or any people that you've learned from, anybody that you follow on social media? What is your strategy for personal growth and development?
Well, I read a couple of books. I didn't read so many books. Let me just tell you this. I read like about 6 books since I started doing my own stuff. But there's one book that I really like. The name is Raving Fans. This book tells you how you have to take care of your people for them to come back to you. Because if you take care of your people so much, you're creating new fans. It's like, it's like doing like a new company and giving the best service ever. If you really give the best to them and you're open to them, they're gonna come back to you. You need to create fans. And then people who I follow on social media, there are many.
One more time, what was the name of that book? Did you say the name?
Raving Fans. Raving Fans.
Raving Fans?
Yes. I don't remember the author, but it's right there in my thing. I want to send you later who wrote this book. But it's about how you can make sure people is coming back and you create fans so they never leave you. People don't follow companies, people follow people. And if you are one that really are inspiring someone, they will follow you forever. They will follow you forever. I got many people that follows me, and even if I do one thing or different thing, they always asking me, "Hey, Carlos, how can I do this?" As someone else. No, I want to ask you because you treat me better. Some people is like, you know what? Just get out of here. I don't want to teach you anything. But I like to create fans. I like to do like this networking because if I know if I create a networking of 100 people that have different skills than I do, I will catch those skills, and then I will have my skills growing by 10 or 15 more new skills, and this is what I need. I think an entrepreneur is always learning. It's always catching people what you're doing. Every time I see you, I mean, right now when I guess, but all the time when I watch this live, I'm behind the screen, and I always listen and learning from you guys. Mm-hmm. So I never say, why I knew this. No, I always catch, because every person had a different experience, and you grab from that experience not to make the same mistake, or maybe not to make the same mistake, or simply just do it right.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and what people I follow online, I don't follow many people. The people I follow is the people that are gonna give me extra knowledge and strength. One of them is Elon Musk. This guy is my favorite one, and I follow this guy because he's always putting everything in technology, and I love technology. This is something that I really am passionate about. It technology that's why I do games and do all this stuff, because I love technology, and this is something that I always follow. Here and there, when I hear something like good, I just start liking the videos or start seeing what they say, and I always write notes. I'm old school, man. Sorry, I always writing notes, and this is what I like. Even if I like technology, you know what? I'm old school on that. I love writing notes.
That's awesome, and there's not a lot better to follow than Elon Musk. I mean, the creativity that he's done, the confidence that he has in himself is unlike I've ever seen with all of the success that I've studied. I saw something the other day. It was a podcast that he was on, and they were asking him if he's worried about the competition, especially right now with so many people starting electric cars. And he said, I don't really see any competition. He said, the people that are just getting started right now, they're so far behind that there's no way they can ever catch up. And when I think about it, it's so true. I mean, how in the world is another electric car company going to be relevant when they don't have charging stations?
That's right.
The only one that has charging stations that even makes sense to drive across the country is Tesla. And unless Tesla opens up all their charging stations to all the other car brands, every one of those brands is completely irrelevant until they start getting batteries that will go 500, 600, 700 miles. But then you're still going to have to go find somewhere to charge it. The other chargers are so much slower, cost more money. And, it's just incredible the mind that took, that he understood, okay, if I'm going to create electric cars, the main thing that I got to focus on is getting chargers nationwide so that they can take my car to any city in the United States and not ever have any issues. And that's where the other ones are missing it. You can't do that with the other car brands. And so most of the people that are buying other electric cars and spending, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars basically have a car that they can drive around town, and that's about it. And it was just interesting, but that wasn't the only thing. He was also talking about all the other technologies and everything else that he's working on and doing. It was just interesting, the confidence that he has in himself and his ability to, go out there and bring new technology to the world that's going to be relevant. And so that brings us on to our fourth thing. We're coming to an end here. And again, we really appreciate your time. And that's we focus on accountability. And accountability is really what's going to help us stick to our plan when we don't feel like it anymore, or when it gets a little difficult, or it's not working as fast as we thought it was going to. What are your thoughts on accountability? Do you just focus on self-accountability? Do you work with accountability groups, accountability to your kids, to your spouse? What's just any basic thoughts that you have, Carlos, on accountability?
Well, in this case, I got one thing. I got clear the reason why I'm doing this. That's the only thing I have clear. I got the reason why. And every time I wake up, I see the reason why I'm doing all this stuff. Every time I'm going down, trust me, it's not, I mean, you guys know, sometimes you lose a lot of friends. And then who is next to you? Your family, your wife, your dog, I don't know, Kiwi, I don't know, someone next to you. But if you never remember the reason why you're doing something, then it's when you're gonna fail. Because if you got a purpose, you need to fight. I mean, you need to fight for the purpose every day. And then again, I got the right partner. And every time we lost a lot of money on crypto, a lot of money. And then you know what happened one day, Dan, Coach? One day we lost couple $100,000, no, not $100,000, but a couple $10,000.
Yeah.
We were doing this stuff, and then they hacked my account.
Wow.
They took all my money out. What happened? We were on a Zoom call, just doing we were creating something. Say, hey, Carlos, go to your account and check it out. How is this coin? Okay, there's nothing, dude. Nothing. Everything was gone. Dude, everything was gone. And then, yes, if you got the right partner, the wrong partner will tell you, you know what? We're done. And he told me, Carlos, you know what? This is the floor. You cannot go lower. It's gonna be easier now because From here, we need to go up. That's the only way, dude.
Wow.
We cannot go down. I mean, that's the top. We cannot go down. I mean, that's the top. We got nothing. We got nothing. Tomorrow 9 a.m. Next day there, early, thinking on what I'm gonna create to recover the money. And then and that is when the good ideas come to your mind. And then accountability, you know what? There is many things. My reason why I got a great partner, and always going seeing groups about make you feel better, because I mean you don't have you're not getting paid an hour. I mean you don't have I mean nobody's behind you saying good job, Carlos.
Right.
You're yourself, dude. You're yourself, and sometimes this thing is hard. But if you remember the reason why you're doing something, let me tell you this: you will do it. And then every time you think on just stop everything and leave it, see your paper and write it here. The reason why you're doing this, put in front of you and keep going, because it's hard. Nobody say that in entrepreneurship is easy. It's hard, but you know what? There's always someone that's gonna tell you, Carlos, we can do it. Just wake up, keep going. Sometimes it's not. I mean, sometimes, as Dan said, sometimes something is going slow, but you need to have someone who have like the same mindset as you. Say, you know what, that's normal. Don't worry about it. It's normal. We're working on this. We're working this. So yeah, easy, man. And everything has a reason why. If something is going slow, it's because of a reason. Just focus on that thing, and that's how it's gonna work better. But my reason why is why it keeps me awake all the time.
That's awesome.
I love it. And the last thing, and Clayvon, anything you want to bring up before we get to the last point, or any questions you have for Carlos on these 4 topics that we've talked about?
It's just impressive. I mean, I think we all know the importance of health and wellness. I'll just say, Carlos, with 5 children, I could imagine you want to hold your grandchildren, every last one of them. You want to grow old and enjoy, the success that you've built for you and your family. So we get it, health and fitness. And you're smart enough to understand, as we do as uncommon men, residual income's the key to freedom. And we fight for it. But what impresses me most about this broadcast, I'm taking notes because this is one of the greatest kind of like overviews of mindset and personal growth and development. And I just want to tell you, it's just been amazing listening to even just the last, point you made. Your accountability is your why. And I think that's pretty phenomenal. Most of us, it's another person, it's a group. That's what we advocate for. But it does go back to how passionate is your why. And I'm just listening to your partner, and it's like you understand mentorship. You've had many. I mean, we all look at Dan as a beacon of mentorship, but you put that work in. You understand how to make decisions. You're leading with no fear. You understand how you got to get started and things will unfold. Just have the courage to get started. Again, you got the mindset and just the idea of like creating your own opportunity. So I'm taking these notes on, where you are as an uncommon person when it comes to the mindset and the personal growth and development. And it is inspiring, and that's what this whole podcast is about. And anyone taking notes will be inspired. So that's great stuff as we get to our last pillar. And I'll pass it back to you, Dan. But, really, really good stuff, Carlos.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And this is one that I know you do a lot in, Carlos, and that is giving back. And I have a saying that I talk about: get rich, give back. But get rich, give back. A lot of times that sounds like it's more about money. It's not just about money. It's about doing exactly what you're doing right now, giving of your time, giving of your talents, your experience, all of these other things. But I also know you give back in other ways. I know that you and a great group of friends, several years in a row, go back to Peru, buy a bunch of gifts, raise money from other people that also want to give back, and then go and literally wrap these gifts, get everybody wearing the same shirts, Santa hats, everything like that, and then going and giving it to these kids in Peru. And that's something that I've done anytime I talk to you or Diego, and I know that you're doing it. I'm always going to contribute to that. And then I've done the same things in Costa Rica and Colombia and Mexico, and right here in Layton, Utah, we give back to, supply Christmas gifts and things like that to kids. So I know it's something that you obviously must believe in, because I know that you and your friends have spent, thousands of dollars on flights, thousands and thousands of dollars on gifts and wrapping and all of those things. And so you don't do that if you don't believe in giving back. But can you just tell, a little bit about your thoughts on giving back, why it's important, why you do the things that you do? And I'm sure there's a lot of other things that I don't know about that you do to give back.
Yeah, well, it is amazing when you see it's not just bringing gift, it's bringing hope.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you see in Costa Rica and other places, in Peru is really bad. I mean, right here in the mountains, there's rich people. In the mountains in Peru, there's not even water. There's nothing, and you need to go up the mountain just to grabbing all the stuff that you have, just to give some hope to some people. And they take the gift, and they will remember you forever. It's something like you put like a mark on them. And sometimes, when we talk to them, we hope some of what we're doing, they feel the same way in the futures, just to do the same thing. I mean, you can spend thousands of dollars doing that, but if you don't really go with that with this enthusiasm that we go, and then I don't like dancing, but I was dancing there. I was dancing. Dude, it's crazy, and because I was happy, and they felt the hope. They feel that something is there, or there is some hope in the world, that some people is going there to help these poor people. What we want to do every time we do that thing is just giving hope, giving the knowledge, the small knowledge that we have, to help them to build their houses. Because I mean, if you go there and you've seen that before, they don't even have a roof. They just have plastic thing there, or some woods there around. And this is why it's important to give back. In my case, I come from Peru, so I feel with necessity just to give back to my country. Something that I'm here successful in some parts. Maybe I'm not the best, but in some parts successful. And why not to give back my knowledge, to give back some extra hope, some extra clothes, some extra sneakers, whatever, for them to learn that everything is possible. You just think, and you just put everything in order and take action. Because when we're there, we just not just giving stuff. We're just talking to them, talking to every kid. Hey, how you doing? What you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I want to be this and that. Nice. You can do it, man. You can do it. Even if I was in the same situation, sometimes I feel in the same situation internally. But you know what? It's important to have extra to give, and because you know that if you do that, those kids are gonna do the same thing when they grow up. I mean, it's sad to see people like that. And that's gonna happen for many, many, many years in Peru, because there's so much crazy stuff going there that you will see that for many, 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 many years. Hope no, nobody wants to live like that, but at least they feel that they will need to do the same thing in the future. They want to be better, so they can give other people not just clothes but knowledge, but giving hope. That's what, or give experience, so that other people can follow them as a mentors now. Because I mean, if you inspire someone, even if you don't know, those people find you as a mentor, but you don't even know that you're a mentor. But if you inspire someone, they feel the same way. Give back, dude. Life can end tomorrow. Why not giving back? Why not doing all that stuff for them to learn that giving is better than receiving?
So powerful. That's great stuff, Carlos. Hey, Dan, I just want to I'm so inspired by what Carlos just shared, and it makes me think about this term that you've coined for us: get rich and give back. And I want to make sure everyone who ever sees this podcast understands the first part. Carlos, you hit the head on the nail. I mean, get rich. It has double meaning, right? Because to get rich, uncommon from a financial literacy perspective is, hey, let's get you to $100,000 a year in residual income, maybe $100,000 a month in passive residual income. How about 7 figures of passive residual income coming into your household? Let's really get to some freedom. Let's get rich and then give back. You know, that's a little bit easier to get rich or get back. But how about getting rich when it comes to your personality, your character, your aura, your demeanor? How do you treat that person in the elevator? How do you tip that waitress? How do you drop, some nuggets on that young man that's coming up in his adolescence? And how do you just find yourself being a mentor by accident? That's that other rich, like that mental richness, that spiritual richness. And when you start giving back at that point, I think it's even more powerful, And so the get rich has a double meaning, and it's all about giving back. And man, it's just very insightful the way you put it, man. Whether it's clothing or resources or money, or just the words that you're speaking out of your mouth, making an impact on another person's life. Let's get rich and give back.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. For sure. I appreciate it. And Carlos, thanks so much for your time. Nothing else that I really want to add. I think we got a lot of great information. And, I think that as we continue to do this week after week, month after month, year after year, we just want to continue to inspire, to give hope, to let people know what they're capable of as a human being, that the limits are unlimited. And we're everybody's biggest supporter. We want nothing more than your success. I think I heard Carlos probably say it at least 10 times, from the athletic field to the, pizza shops to the, painting, to everything. He said over and over, I always tried to help people become better than me. And what does that tell you? There's not a lot of humans that think that, especially when you're talking about sports. You don't want anybody to become better than you. But that's that real leadership mindset. And I think one of the reasons that you'll continue to see Carlos, success after success. And I think his biggest years and decades are in front of him, but pretty impressive when you really think about that leadership. You don't want people to rely on you. You want people to become a leader themselves and then, hopefully surpass you. And that's one of the things that I've really believed in and focused on. We want to empower people to be as good as they can and help them as much as we possibly can, and in hopes, that they do have as much or more success, and maybe way more success than we have. And that's what life's all about. And I think that's where a lot of enjoyment comes from. He also said that, it's better to give than receive. And I think that's kind of a leadership mindset also. Or maybe it's more just experience. I think that the more people do that, and when you start to get some of the things for yourself that you've dreamt of, then you start to realize, man, that was exciting. That was cool, but not for that long. It doesn't matter if it's the car, if it's the house, it just becomes a place that you go to sleep at night and watch TV. It's not that different. It may look a little different and be a little fancier or something like that, but at the end of the day, it really has the same purpose. Watching somebody get their dream car, watching somebody buy that dream house, helping somebody, providing the hope, providing the opportunity, providing the mentorship. That I think as people start to do that, you'll start to see that that's where true happiness comes from, serving others, helping others. Again, you can't do that without helping yourself first. And so we still believe that you deserve to be successful. You deserve to be ultra successful. But I think that you'll see that the true happiness is going to come in giving back and helping and stuff like that. There's a lot of miserable millionaires, billionaires
Hmm.
in the world.
Hmm.
I don't think there's a lot of miserable people that are really focused on others, helping others, wanting success for others. I just don't see many people that are miserable that are doing those things, that are giving back, that are focusing on helping. And so that's how I want to spend the rest of my life, and then live on by inspiring others that are doing the same thing. Just like Carlos said, those kids, whether it's a kid that's 5 years old, 12 years old, they're going to remember these crazy Peruvians coming over from the US with Santa hats and t-shirts and climbing up the mountain with all these gifts. They're going to remember that. And a lot of them are probably going to work harder because of it, and go and give back for others. And so again, thank you for the inspiration, Carlos, everything that you do, helping others. And that's all I have, Clavon. So if there's anything else that you have, go ahead and say it, or let's go ahead and close out the call.
Hey, man. Well, congratulations, Dan. We made it to episode 20. Congratulations, Carlos, for being our 20th guest. I think that's pretty epic.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. You were great, guys. So, hey, how we started, man. Everybody out there, share the information, man. If you're on our YouTube channel, please subscribe. Please share, comment, be a part of the movement, be a part of the family. Let us know how you feel, how you're vibing with the uncommon phenomenon. And same thing on our social media handles. Like, share, be a part of the community. Guys, we'll be back here next Monday with another uncommon guest. And we're not going to stop. And I just hope that we made an impact on you tonight. So this was awesome. Again, Carlos, thank you very much. And hey, guys, we came, we saw, we conquered. We are out of here.